staff of office to the new king who has satisfied all of the traditional rites to be a king. But it seems all of that has changed now. I mean, all of that have changed now, you say. So we all know the politics behind, you know what I mean? We all know the policy, the politics behind all of this. And indeed, to some of us, I don't think it's really looking right. But maybe this is now the new trend. This is now the way the politicians want it done. So I don't know if the guy will even pretty much go to the group anymore, because they start to make him king as a civil servant, because in Nigeria right now, kings are more or less like civil servants, so to say, you know. So I don't know if he's now going to now go to the group, or maybe they've already, I mean, I don't think they've done that already. I'm a lawyer now. Those of you who know better, who know better than me, please, because that's how I think it is done. Before you give somebody the staff of office, the certificate and all of that, he must have passed through all the traditional rites. He must have been in that groove for months, 3 months, minimum of 3 months. There are places where he has to be in that group for 6 months, right? He won't have any, what do you call it, conjugal relationship with the women or whatever. No. It will just be like secluded, where they will be, you know, teaching him the history. At the same time, they will be performing different rites. But now he's king already. He's laughing. I don't know if now, if in their way, when it gets to Oyo, because he's already in Oyo now, maybe that is when he's now going to go to the Ikwebi, the groove, where they are going to perform all the rites that makes him the normal, proper king, or they won't even do anything at all. You know? I don't know. But this is how it was received when it got to Oyo town this afternoon. Now let's move on. You see, I believe that they probably still have the right to perform because he's still going to have to wear the crown. I don't think they are just going to put the crown on his head because the real staff of office is not the one Seyi Makinde gave him. I want to believe there is actually the real staff of office. If any of you have seen what do you call it, the pictures of the late Alaafin, you can tell that that staff of office, that white stick that they gave to him, is just probably ceremonial. The crown, you know, the Adeshembaye, as it is called, before they put that on his head, I don't think they are just going to just put down his head without doing those rites. And therefore, I am not expecting his coronation to take place until maybe sometimes in April. In my own opinion, but I may be wrong. And yes, I think I have the right to be wrong as well, okay? Because we learn every day in this regard. And these are the things not only that I lived it, it's actually like we're taught in schools. If you are a Yoruba that went to a Yoruba schools in Yoruba land, and you did Yoruba and all of that stuff, right? You will get to read about the Alaafin of Oyo. You get to read about all of the real Obas in Yoruba land, not the political Obas created by these politicians, by the way, right? So that crown, they can't put it on his head until he actually passed through that normal traditional rites. So I do not expect his coronation ceremony to take place until maybe like April or even May this year. But if anything happens that they say they are doing the coronation of Alaafin in another 1 month, probably we are going to have another Emir of Iwo on our hands very soon, or the honey of Ife on our hands very soon as well. And that, you know, the Alale will never forgive them. I have to say this before we move on, right? Now, we have been having the Rògbòdìyàn in Lagos. So those of you who have been following the developments, right? You know who Mudashiru Obasa is, right? Now, Mudashiru Obasa is that lunatic, that thug that came to prominence in 2015. But prior to that, Obasa was one of the early foot soldiers of Tinubu. In 1999, Obasa became a councillor representing a ward in Agege. After that, in 2003, Obasa became an House of Assembly member in Lagos. And since then, for more than 22 years now, Obasa, or nearly 22 years, Obasa has been, walking in the corridors of power, close to the seats of power in Lagos. He was House of Assembly member from 2003 until 2015. After Adeyemi Kufuriji, Obasa became the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly. And in a space of 4 years, Obasa became almost the most corrupt speaker ever to appear in their space in that Lagos. I understand that Lagos is a cesspool of corrupt criminals. It's like, the typical textbook definition of state capture is that Lagos, courtesy of Tinubu, the Jagawere, the Jaga Addicti of Lagos at the time. And these were the foot soldiers that ensured that, the capture of Lagos, as well as Tinubu's hegemony in Lagos, survived to the point that no matter what you have heard about Tinubu, the State House of Assembly actually played a very big role in legitimizing his corruption, right? To the point that some of the stuff that Tinubu stole from Lagos, right? Even if you have all this evidence, then you realize that they have enacted them as laws in Lagos. So it's like whatever you trace this to Tinubu and his family, you will find it in the laws of Lagos State, courtesy of these rogues and these gangs. And in return, they were well rewarded. But somehow, Obasa ran into a troubled water when he was accused in 2022. He was accused of stealing 43.8 billion naira. How could a speaker steal 43.8, nearly 44 billion naira? How? Of course, it is true the fact that the Lagos, the Lagos finance is always shrouded in secrecy, whereby they never make their book. They never make open their book. Okay, their book is never in the open. You will only be hearing about billions and trillions, but you will never ever have the details of how this money was spent or who got what. Okay, but somehow, how did the EFCC now kind of like singled him out? It was because at the time, Ambode, who was the governor between 2015 and 2019, was said to have released some certain documents concerning the misappropriation of funds in the State House of Assembly, but Ambode didn't come back. They will now pull this stunt to get Obasa arrested. If some of you can remember, Obasa spent more than 5 days in the EFCC custody, if you remember, because of this money. Then by the end of 2022, right, when it was almost like he would be replaced, somehow the whole case disappeared, or it was somehow like, I wouldn't say disappear or buried, like they just sort of put a break on it somehow, right? Then everything went on like business as usual, okay? So the same Obasa, which majority of his own colleagues believes that he is in a very good book of Tinubu, he is untouchable. So what went wrong? Well, there's been so many speculations. There's been so many conspiracy theories around what could have happened, all right? So some said that Obasa was telling people closer to him that he was interested in becoming the governor of Lagos State, right? Especially having played a very big role in frustrating and getting rid of Ambode. So, but somehow they had to bring in Sanwo-Iku, which Sanwo-Iku that he believed as in, he kind of sees Sanwo-Iku as an errand boy. This one, in the scheme of things, who is Sanwo-Olu? Sure you get. So he never had any regard for him. But anyway, Sanwo-Iku became the governor. And they have a body in Lagos. They call it GAC, Governor Advisory Council. These are the guys that they are like the APC Egbekegbe leaders. Some of them are not directly in APC. Some of them are like royal fathers in Lagos as well. Some of them are religious leaders too. Sure you get. They call them GAC, Governors Advisory Council. So if you want to be governor, you will need them on your side. And if you're already a governor that want to last, you also need them on your side, which means when it comes to the parks, garages, sharing this and that, when it comes to the largesse of government, you have to take care of these guys. So some of them became, they said, not some of them, part of them were Obasa's friends, having long-term relationship. And at the same time, Sanwo-Iku has been very nice. You see, where Ambode missed, Sanwo-Iku made sure that he never misses. When Ambode called the bluff of some of these guys, probing all the contracts, some of them collected under the Lagos state government, but they never executed, but they collected money, right? And he told them that if they don't finish those projects, he's never going to award them any other contracts. So it was easier that when they concluded on him that he was gone, he was gone. So bringing Sanwo-Iku in was something that the likes of Obasa kind of felt slighted. That, they paid their price, they paid their dues, they've been very loyal and all of that. How could Asiwaju go bring? Or to some others, they believe that Obasa's connection with Tinubu is very strong, that is untouchable. Now, all of these are just like the behind-the-scene politics. Then somehow, since Sanwo-Iku is now the governor and is going to finish his own term in 2027, now Obasa, who has made so much money for himself, so much money, right, was more or less like now undermining the power of Sanwo-Iku. For example, they said there are some certain bills, approvers, that Sonwo sought with, from the State House of Assembly, that Obasa ensured that they never see the light of the day. It was like, it was compromising him, so to say, because of how Sonwo became governor, became the favorite. So then they started hearing the rumor that Seyi Tinubu is going to succeed Sonwo. How? And the people that will, like the Afobajers, the real people that will choose who is going to be governor or not governor, they are those GAC people. Here you get now, so like they are like, and from what they are hearing, it's like they are all teetering towards Seyi. Even though some people, I mean, even Seyi himself and others, they have tried to downplay that rumor of him being the one anointed or being nominated to succeed Sonwo. They are downplaying it. But those within their own circle, they are aware that it is almost a done deal. It's like, when you know those people who are like the people given the power, the influence to determine who is going to be governor in Lagos State. And you started hearing them speak in a tone that you, as one of the initiates, you can understand what they are trying to do. So, to Obasa, they cheated him. This is just like, believe me, right? This is just like the normal, tidbits that comes from within them, within their circle. And most of these things are not far from the truth, by the way, okay? So, Obasa is hearing that some of these guys are tilting towards Seyi. So they're going to cheat him again. In Obasa's kind of word, like, so he's going to serve father and he's also going to serve the son. How is that possible? So last year, when it wasn't even last, was it yeah, last year now, because we are in 2025 now. Last year, from nowhere, Sonwo was there to present the 2024 budget or something like that, right? I mean, so was it 2024 budget or 2025 budget rather? Last year, just a few months ago, now, like a month ago, he was there to present the 2025 budget. And guess what? Obasa just started this unexpected ranting, like rant. You get what I mean? Like it was just going on. He actually delivered the written speech on how and why he himself is qualified to be governor. That whether it is Tinubu, from Tinubu to Fashola to Ambode to Sonwo, they're not better than him. So he is also qualified to be governor. What are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you? Why do you have to kind of bring such speech to the floor of the State Assembly? That was the day they said this fate was signed and sealed and delivered. There were others who, but that's the first one we're going to listen to this evening. Watch this.
We have to embark on the mission, to the blackmailers who have to embark on the mission to distort and redefine our mission. Let me state it unequivocally here. Our intention is to promote our party on the platform of mandate. Also, becoming governor is secondary. It is something that I have not given a serious consideration. Nevertheless, that does not mean I am too young or lack experience to run, whereas those who have been before me are not better off. In addition, it is also important to correct the impression from naysayers who have been insinuating that I made payment to seek for blood relation in Ojo to validate my candidacy to run as governor. Of course, I have never denied the fact that I am Obasa, but rather I have never claimed to be related to Odikoyi, Oniru, or any popular Lagos family, as the case may be. I can indeed never run from the fact that I'm related to my Obasa family in Ojo. but I do not need local validity to contest or run. If eventually I am contesting, I will do so from Agege. Nonetheless, we want to thank Mr. Governor for the good job he's doing constitutionally. By presenting the budget, you can rest assured that this House will also respect this constitutional right to address the budget and get back to you. Distinguished guests, as we hope that 2025 budget will be of great benefit to the people of Lagos State, we, however, appeal to Mr. Governor and Lagosians to give us sufficient time to enable the House to do thorough job on financial document that has great influence on the lives of the people. The Assembly will not delay the passage of the budget, but we will be interested in placing high premium on the need to ensure the interests of Lagosians are protected socio-economically and politically. We are your representatives here at the House of Assembly, and we are duty bound to do justice to every sector of the state's economy. At the same time, I want to thank my colleagues for standing on the side of the people at all times. I appreciate your efforts. I cherish your support, which has always been an inspiration and source of strength for me. I commend your courage and perseverance. We will remain united, focused, and determined until our expectations.
Like, I think a lot of people were just like shocked. They're like, what's he talking about? Like, you are delivering a speech when they are presenting budgets. What is this thing about your relationship or with Oniru, Onikoyi, and whatever? You Obasa, kilo happen, go. But prior to that, that's not the first time. Prior to that, there was a time in that same floor, on that same floor of their state assembly, where he was on another tirade like this one.
If they have not done well, we have rights to say no. And we have said no. So we are not going to be threatened. And it is good to advise the man living in the glass house not to throw stone. It is good for us to advise the man living in the glass house not to throw stone. If not, the glass may soon be shattered. So that is my position to what has been going on, to the protest being planned, to the write-up, to the TV series, all that I've had. When they were planning, we have our friends. We also have our friends. Because we are about the party, and we are about Lagos, and we will continue to serve our people because we are representing their interests. We have been doing that before now, and we will continue to do that. The people come first before any other person. It does not matter your degree. It does not matter your home. We are talking about Julius Berger, somebody serving Julius Berger, somebody is international. Who is not international among us? We have people who came from abroad to contest from Lagos State, membership of Lagos State as an assembly. They are still here with us. So as my people will say, we don't want